जो गुरुजी के चरण में आ गया वो गुरुजी का हो गया. The spiritual world cannot really be described. It has to be experienced. The path to experience is through the grace of our Guruji, by going within, becoming one with the breath and through meditation. Guru to bina koi ba nahi farta. जे गुरु नाल मिले, जे गुरु नाल जुड़े, ओ गुरु घर दा संत है. गुरु के चरण पारस है. सुख तो उन्हें पाया है जो जपे जय गुरु जी, जिन्हें गुरु नु मंग लिया है, उन्हें सब कुछ मिल गया है. I will briefly share how I got connected with Guruji before I share my golden words and vachans of Guruji. It was in 2007, Geeta Jolly Aunty, Sangat of Kuwait, took Rita Handa and my family to Empire State. And when we entered, itna beautiful aura. Just when we entered Olni, and as soon as we entered, my brother and my bhabhi were with me, and my bhabhi was not conceiving for a few years. And Guruji just looked at my mother and said, I am munda mangne vaste. We were shocked how Guruji knows. But we just went and sat down amongst the Sangat, and we were just looking at people's faces as we were new. At the end, hame prasad aaya. It was laddus, and mujhe to samajh bhi nahi thi, main to laddu sare ghar le gayi. But agle din jab sham ka time aaya, we got attracted and we went back to Empire State. And again I got so many laddus, but still I ate little bit and I went back again. Third day, I went to Mata ka Mandir in Friends Colony side, and I came a little late to see end. So jaise main बैठी, one auntie, Sangat auntie told me कि आज आप बच्चे लेट क्यों आए हो auntie? I said मैं ना माता के मंदिर गई थी. तो she said कि वो तो यहाँ ही सारा कुछ है, तो आप वहाँ क्यों गए थे? सब कुछ तो यहीं है. But आंटी जय गुरुजी मुझे कुछ समझ ही नहीं आया कि what आंटी was saying. थोड़ी देर के बाद we got up to go home. Guruji looked at my mother and I from the side and he says, "Ethe beja, hali nahi jana." So when I looked around, दूसरी संगत ने बोला कि जो गुरुजी का हुक्म है आप बैठ जाओ. तो हम लोग बैठ गए और सब चले गए घर from our family. काफी टाइम निकल गया and we were just sitting and the संगत kept telling me कि जो आपको प्रसाद मिला है आप खा लीजिए. इतनी देर में गुरुजी came and he says चलो, and he walked with my mother and I outside and he knew and he said gaddi da darwaza kholo. I was wondering how Guruji knows the car also. And Guruji got inside, he sat in the middle. He told me to sit on the right and my mother on the left. Then he took his hand and he put it on my right leg, on my thigh, and he put his left hand on my mother's thigh. And all along, we were going to Bade Mandir. He kept talking in Thet Punjabi and I kept giving, like I couldn't understand the Punjabi. So he said, why, galat answers kyun de rahi hai? I said, Guruji, mujhe sachmuch aapki Thet Punjabi samajh nahi aa rahi hai. So he smiled and we got out of the car when we reached Bade Mandir. It was absolutely magical. when we entered and I saw the big shivling. Wow, it was divine. As soon as we entered inside, our car was taken inside the mandir. And you know where the wheelchairs are parked, there is a slope there. The car was made to go down. We got out of the car and we went inside. As soon as we went inside, my mother was out and lot of Sangat was standing. Guruji then told me to come inside and I got a little scared, but I went inside the room and he just looked at me and he said, just one sentence, कि मनु पता है, तनु बड़ा शौक है सबनु help करने दा, as a kid, charity करने दा, पर बस एक गल याद रख, charity कर, पर तेरे हाथ से ज़्यादा खाना जाना चाहिए, more than money, do food. And I agreed. I came out and then we went home. Like this, we kept going for a few days. He kept my mother's name, No Believe Aunty, because my mother was not getting connected. So much so he called on the landline and my mother answered and he said, "Main No Believe Aunty, nal gal karanga." So mummy was talking to him and I didn't know. And till it was only a year and a half back, my mother told me that he took my mother and another Sangat to Taj Hotel for lunch. And after that, I went back to Kuwait. And Sangatji, I got disconnected. So much so that I did not want to believe in him. I removed Guruji's Swaroop also from my mandir. I don't know what it was, what test it was for me, but I just did not want to believe. And my mother-in-law in Kuwait was going to Guruji's Satsangs at Gauri Tyagi Auntie's house. And everybody would say, "Poonam, come." And I said, "Nahi, jab mujhe awaaz aayegi, I'll come. Please don't force me." ऐसे काफी 2 या 2.5 महीने निकले. एक मंडे सुबह मुझे गुरुजी का सपना आया, early hours of the morning, that I'm getting ready to go for Guruji's Satsang. And I know that was the call for me. I got up and I went for Guruji's Satsang. And from that day, I have been going for his Satsangs. I have surrendered to him. And जो हमारा गुरु परिवार है यहाँ पर in Kuwait, it is such a beautiful Pariwar. We wait for Guruji's Satsangs to come any day. जैसे हम लोग भागते हैं और पहुंचते हैं, you cannot imagine what the feeling is inside, कि रात को नींद तक नहीं आती है कि कब सुबह होएगी और हम सत्संग पे पहुंचेंगे. I will share 2 satsangs after I share the vachans. I would love to share Guruji's golden words. One thing to remember, जो Guruji words बोलते हैं, they are पत्थर के लकीर. His vachans should not be taken lightly. The first vachan I would like to share, मैं इस मंदिर विच रोज नए नजारे दिखाना है. एक दिन आएगा जदों शिवलिंग विचों दूध अपने आप प्रगट होएगा. Guruji has been showing his darshan daily in various forms. He's showing his darshan to the new Sangat, which is so divine, especially for the Sangat who's going for the first time. He proved it to the Sangat so many times, his sign of being omnipresent. Guruji Dugri में होंगे, पर संगत same time गुरुजी को एम्पायर स्टेट में देखेंगे या उनको बड़े मंदिर में देख सकते थे सेम टाइम पे, पर है वो डुगरी में. सो ही वाज omnipresent. मेरे साथ भी एक ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस हुआ कि यहां से ना गुरुजी के संगत वेंट टू डुगरी एंड मैं तो कुवैत में हूं. सो वन आंटी, Asha Saxena auntie, calls me from Dugri and she's saying, "Auntie, आप Dugri में हो?" I said, नहीं आंटी, मैं तो कुवैत में हूँ. कहती, मैंने तो आपको अभी डुगरी वाले मंदिर में देखा है. I said, आप नहीं आंटी, मैं यहाँ हूँ. And then she is convincing all the other sangats कि मैंने देखा ही है पूनम को. And they also were surprised to hear my voice when I told Asha aunty that I'm in Kuwait. तो मैं यही कह रही हूँ कि मेरी भी हाजिरी डुगरी मंदिर में लग गई. मतलब मैं वही बता रही हूँ कि गुरुजी कहाँ कहाँ नहीं पहुंचते. He will tell you that I'm coming back in half an hour. He'll go to America, cure a person, and he'll come back. गुरुजी महाशिव हैं, महाशक्ति हैं. He is omniscient. He knows the hearts of all. उनको पता है कि हमारे अभी दिल में क्या बात चल रही है. अब जैसे हम लोग शिवलिंग के ऊपर दूध डालते हैं मंदिर में. बिफोर वी केम टू बड़े मंदिर, हम लोग पंडित की बातों में आके, हाँ जी शिवलिंग के ऊपर दूध डालो फॉर फर्टिलिटी, वास्टनेस, अबंडेंस. लेकिन गुरुजी ने बोला था कि जब मैं एक दिन आएगा जदों शिवलिंग दे ऊपर से दूध अपने आप प्रगट होएगा. और वही हुआ, वही चमत्कार हुआ. एंड संगत ने ये देखा है जब दूध प्रगट हुआ था शिवलिंग के ऊपर. जय गुरुजी. कौन कर सकते हैं? सिर्फ हमारे गुरुजी ही कर सकते हैं. जय गुरुजी. सेकंड वचन, मंदिर विच इन्ना रश हो जाएगा कि एक दिन गेट तक लाइन लग गया करेगी. फिर गुरुजी चांद विच नजर आएंगे. Guruji had said that there will be extremely long queues. To see Guruji in Bade Mandir would be like seeing the stars far away in the sky. He said, Sangat enni बढ़ जाएगी, enni लंबी लाइन लग गया करेगी. And this is what's happening. Buses भर के आ रही हैं, different गांवों से आ रही हैं. लोग इतना विश्वास हो गया है लोगों को गुरुजी पे. सचमुच गुरुजी इज सो सिंपल, सो प्रैक्टिकल. बस गुरुजी के शब्द सुनो, चाय प्रसाद खाओ, कुछ मत वेस्ट करो, क्योंकि सारा गुरुजी के डिवाइन ब्लेसिंग्स सब कुछ लंगर प्रसाद में ही है. एंड कनेक्ट टू गुरुजी डायरेक्टली. बहुत संगत बढ़ती ही जा रही है. अभी तो हम जाते हैं, कहां तक लाइनें जा रही हैं. पर बड़े मंदिर के संगत ने ऐसा ब्यूटीफुली कंट्रोल किया हुआ है सारा. जब हम लोग जाते हैं, इट इज ब्यूटीफुल. आई वुड से कूडोस टू द संगत कि आपने बहुत मार्वेलस काम किया है. जैसे आप लोग संगत को अंदर लेके जाते हो, और फिर जब हम लोग मंदिर से बाहर निकलते हैं, इट इज सो ब्यूटिफुली. वहां पे इतनी लोग सेवा कर रहे हैं जो हमको ऑटो रिक्शाज में लेके जा रहे हैं, वापस ला रहे हैं. आई मीन ये कहाँ होता है? इट इज जस्ट अ डिवाइन फीलिंग. ऐसे ही Guruji is Mahashiv, who will be seen in the chants too. The followers are increasing, and this is exactly what has happened and is still happening. एक आंटी जो गीता जॉली आंटी मुझे पहली बार एम्पायर स्टेट ले गई थी. when she was in Kuwait, एक यहाँ पर स्वामी जी आए. And she was standing with Swamiji in her house, and Swamiji came out and he says, Aja Geeta, auntie, मैं तुझे आज एक नजारा दिखाऊंगा. And Geeta auntie came out, and Sangat ji, he actually showed Guruji to Geeta auntie in the sky. Geeta auntie was shaking because she says, I can't believe this, कि मैं गुरुजी को देख रही हूं. So this is what I'm saying. He's omnipresent. He's omniscient. गुरुजी के संगत बढ़ती ही जा रही है, बढ़ती ही जा रही है। द थर्ड वचन, जिसके घर में चला जावा उसनु सारी उम्र पाठ करन दी लोड़ ही नहीं। When Guruji gives his darshan in any home, there can be no negativity. There is so much of Guruji's Shakti and his aura. Everything gets blessed. All of us, all the family members get blessed. सारी संगत जो आई है वो get blessed. हमारे pets घर में get blessed. हमारी दीवारें gets blessed. हमारा पूरा घर, structure, सारा कुछ gets blessed. दीपिका आंटी, दीपिका सपूजा आंटी जो दिल्ली की संगत है, गुरुजी ने उनके घर में दीवार पे इतनी बार शहद निकला है, इतनी बार, I mean, she has sent videos and इतनी बार अमृत वर्षा हुई है on her walls and we have seen it. सारी दीवारें अमृत वर्षा से भर जाती है. We Sangat don't have to even pray by reading holy books, as Guruji is putting so much of his energy into us. गुरुजी का बस मंत्र जाप करो और गुरुजी के साथ डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन. गुरुजी से मंगो नहीं, बस मनो. And Guruji is omniscient. He's already reading your minds. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला था थोड़ी देर पहले कि जब मैं एक बारी बड़े एम्पायर स्टेट लेट गई तो आंटी ने मुझे बोला कि क्यों लेट आए हो आंटी. तो मैंने बोला मैं माता के मंदिर गई थी. एंड शी सेड सब कुछ तो यही है बच्चे, सब कुछ तो यही है आंटी. एंड नाउ आई अंडरस्टैंड द डेप्थ ऑफ इट, दैट एवरीथिंग गुरुजी इज देयर, एवरीथिंग इज देयर. वी डोंट हैव दैट जैम मत करो कि हमने ये बुक्स पढ़नी ही पढ़नी है. सुबह बस अपनी मेडिटेशन में रहो और मंत्र जाप करो और गुरुजी के साथ कनेक्शन करो. He will give you the answers. यही मंदिर है. We don't have to go to any other मंदिर. फोर्थ वचन संगत जी, मेरे कोल आके मंग्या ना करो, मैनू सब पता है किसनु की देना है, मंग के नास्तिक ना बनो. की पता मैं कोई वड्डी चीज देनी होवे ते तुसी छोटी मंग के बैठ जाओ. संगत जी, Guruji always has a better plan for us. Just surrender to Guruji. He says, believe in me. Mango nahi, mano. Guruji reads our mind. He's omniscient. He has a plan for each one of us. You know, for example, we may tell Guruji that Guruji मुझे ना कल मुझे अपनी पूजा में बस ये लाल चुन्नी ही लगानी है. But he will give you the answer, नहीं तू white चुन्नी लगा. Guruji knows, Guruji को अंदर पता है कि white can be dyed in so many colors, but in a red chunni I will be stuck only to a red. So Sangat ji, don't use your mind, just get your answer from Guruji. Just leave it to Guruji, as इसमें ही हमारा भला है. As human beings, try not to do any comparison, as Guruji knows what to give best and when. He also wants to keep us away from materialistic Maya and take us towards moksha. So just close your eyes, get your answers from Guruji. संगत जी, जब हमारे घर में सत्संग होता है, हम जो गुरुजी का लंगर भी बनाना होता है, we just shut our eyes and believe me Guruji, we get the answer. संगत जी, we get the answer from Guruji in seconds कि यही बनाना है. And जब वो लंगर बनता है और इतनी संगत होती है जो उनको कितने आंसर्स भी मिलते हैं कि हम ये खा रहे हैं, हम ये हील हो रहे हैं, हम मिर्ची से हील हो रहे हैं, आज हमने ये मीठा खाया, हमने कभी चने नहीं खाए तो आज हम ये खा के हम घर गए हैं तो हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई. So just surrender to Guruji and Guruji reads your mind. The fifth vachan, किसी सोंदे हुए नु जगाया नहीं चाहिए। कोई सो रहा है तो उसे मत जगाओ, वो बंदा पूरा रेस्ट कर रहा है। पूरी रेस्ट करेगा तो वो बंदा हेल्दी भी होगा। If we wake him up, he will get irritated, and so his irritated energy will come into us. हम अपनी तरफ से सोचते हैं कि हम ठीक कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वही बंदा शायद अपनी नींद में कोई पाठ कर रहा है, भक्ति भाव में लगा है, मेडिटेशन में मगन हो, कोई ड्रीम में मस्त होए, तो हम क्यों तोड़े उसका ध्यान? Let the person sleep happily and peacefully. हाँ, अगर कोई अर्जेंट होए, then it's a different thing. लेकिन अगर कोई सो रहा है, उसको सोने दो। उसको शायद अपना कोई आंसर भी मिल रहा है अपनी उस नींद में। जय गुरु जी। 6th वचन, मैनू मिलन दे बाद सीधे अपने घर जाओ, पिछो किथे रुकना नहीं, पॉजिटिव वाइब्रेशंस घर लेके जाया करो। गुरुजी, जब कोई सत्संग होए, आफ्टर अ सत्संग वी शुड गो होम स्ट्रेट with all the positive energy and vibrations which we have got from our langar prasad. And now when we go home, we should give all these Guruji's blessings to all the family members at home. एक बारी मैं एक सत्संग विच गई सी in Kuwait, and Guruji the prasad जा रहा था and langar जा रहा सी, and they gave me the chunni after that. And I liptoed myself in that chunni. And believe me, Guruji, Sangat ji, when I went home, you cannot imagine that peace, that aura, that divine feeling. ऐसे लग रहा था कि I was flying like a bird. इतनी मतलब कि गुरुजी की वाइब्रेशन और एनर्जी घर में आई. And really, Guru Sangat ji, it is true to go straight with all that positive energy and vibration of Guruji straight to your house and give it to all your family members. You know, मुझे गुलाब भी मिलते हैं, मैं अपने गार्डन में डालती हूँ. और जब हम लोग घर में गुलाब लाते भी हैं सत्संग के लिए, तो गुरुजी मैं संगत जी मैं गुलाब के फूल फिर पानी में भिगो देती हूँ, और फिर वही पानी मैं अपनी बॉटल्स में भर के फ्रिज में रखती हूँ. and I use it and I use it as my rose water every day on my face. And गुरुजी का ऑरा, गुरुजी की फ्रेग्रेंस सब हमारे ऊपर जा रही है. जय गुरु जी. नेक्स्ट वचन, फाइनेंस से काम कदी नहीं करना चाहिए, किसी दी आ लग जाती है. डोंट बोरो मनी, loans can be a big problem. If we don't return the money to the person from whom we have borrowed in time, his negative words come out because we have not returned his money. Udi aa lagti hai. All this stock market, hedging, investing, speculation, it's like betting, gambling. You are doing it, you want to do it with a minimum amount, as it can be a very big risk. मनी चले जाते हैं तो रात की नींद एकदम खत्म हो जाती है. It affects your health to the maximum. One has to reap what one sows, and there is no escape when one suffers these old debts and dealings with others. This greed for money drags the greedy man to the lowest level and ultimately brings destruction for him and others. So avoid this finance the come. Number 8, तीरथ पधारत तो गुरु दे चरना विच रुलदे हैं. We have a Guruji, so no need to go anywhere. Guruji says, if no one can come to me, I will come to them. All our tirths are in Guruji's Sharan and his Charan. All the richness of the world is lying in Guruji's Charan. No need to bhatko anywhere. You know, Sangat ji, मैं जब बड़े मंदिर में एक दिन थी और नवरात्रे चल रहे थे, and I went to Bade Mandir, and when the Langar Prasad came, I was fasting. I was contemplating कि मैं क्या करूं, what to do now. And I called up my sister-in-law, Deepika Sakuja Aunty, and she was in Bade Mandir, and she answered the call because Guruji made her answer the call because I had to get my answer. And I said, Deepika, she said, what happened? I said, Deepika, I'm in the Mandir, Navratre chal rahe hain, and I've got samosa and jalebi. So she paused and she said, so? So I said, Deepika, what should I do? She says, are you crazy? Just eat it up. I quickly put the phone down and I gobbled the samosa and the jalebi जैसे कि मुझे अभी मिलने ही नहीं वाला. And I got my answer. And it became so simple for me. In fact, मैंने एक सत्संग भी सुना कि एक आंटी गुरुजी ते कोल गई, and the same thing she said, मेरा fast है नवरात्रों दा. So Guruji said, फिर की हुआ? So she says, मैं की करा? He says, जा kitchen में जा और देख की हो रहा है. And when she went to the kitchen, Sangat auntie went to the kitchen, she saw 3 deviyan making the prasad, and she was shocked. And when she came out, Guruji said, ki dekha tune? She says, मैंने देखा ऐसा सब कुछ हो रहा सी, 3 देवियां प्रसाद बना रही हैं. He says, तैनू आंसर मिल गया? माता इत्थे ही है. What are you worried about? सब कुछ इत्थे ही है. सब कुछ गुरु दे चरना विच ही रुल रहे हैं. So we need not bhatko. Sangat ji, just go to our Bade Mandir. You cannot even reach Bade Mandir. अपने घर विच ही जोत जलाओ, चाय प्रसाद करो, and just connect to Guruji. Number 9 वचन, कदे भी पौने विच घर तो ना चलो, हमेशा घंटा टाप के चलो. Guruji said, never leave the house at a quarter. Like, don't leave at, say, like 1:45 or 2:45 or 1:45. Leave at, जैसे कि 1 बज गया, 2 बज गया, 3 बज गए, घंटा टाप के चलो. And don't say 7:45. Say 7:45. Don't say 8:45. Say 8:45. तो जैसे 12 बज गए, 12:05, 12:10, घंटा टाप के चलो. And this is Guruji's vachan. Also remember, Sangat ji, the pauna chota hunda hai, घंटा वड्डा होंदा है. So every time you leave the house, Sangat ji, please look at the clock and then go. Also Guruji said that जदों भी कोई चंगे काम करन जाओ, कदे भी 3 लोग घर तो ना चलो. 3 तो कम या ज्यादा, बंदे ही घर तो चलने चाहिए हैं. So 3 people should not leave the house. Less than 3 or more than 3. And पौना विच नहीं, घंटा टाप के चलो. And 3 नहीं, 3 से कम या 3 से ज्यादा. The 10th वचन, रोज एक चैप्टर शिव पुराण दा पढ़या करो. ए में कलयुग दा उपाय दिता है. तुहानू समझ नहीं आएगी, जदों चौथी बारी पढ़ोगे ते जाके तुहानू उसका मजा आएगा. Guruji gives us the habit to read the Shiv Puran. It is such a vast and powerful Granth. First time when we read it, we will not understand anything. Not even second, third, people, Sangat ji, it is only after reading 3 or 4 times that we start understanding it. If we read even 1 adhyaya a day, it is perfect. We come to know so many roofs of Shivji when we read Shiv Puran. We read also, Ye Kalyan Hoga, Moksh Milega. Reading the Shiv Puran makes our life so very simple, keeps our aura strong. Health-wise, we feel so positive, fit and strong. Krodh nahi honda. We don't want to go towards the wrong path. But keep doing your mantra jap. Don't do any ninda and don't even listen to any ninda. Chinta mat karo. Chintan karo. A lot is learned and gained from reading the Shiv Puran. बस एक अध्याय रोज दा पढ़या करो. Doesn't matter, Satsangaji, if you don't understand it. Even I don't understand it. But gradually, we will understand it. Third या fourth, like Guruji says, fourth time दे बाद. कलयुग में बस कीर्तन सत्संग की महिमा होगी. सत्संग एक घड़ा है, बानी दा घड़ा है. निम्रता ही गुरु नानक जी दा खजाना है. गुरु नानक जी दे घर सिर्फ निम्रता हैगी. जिथे अमृत आ गया उत्ते जहर दी जगह नहीं रहेगी. संगत जी साडे कान कटोरी हैं. बानी सुनो तो उदा रस पाओ. बानी नू आत्मा दा खुराक सुराख बनाओ. कीर्तन विच ऐसी ताकत है कि पूरी धरती पशु पक्षी विच आधार होंदा है. गुरु विच कीर्तन समाये हुए हैं. कीर्तन विच गुरु समाये हुए हैं. गुरु मेरी बाह पकड़ो कि मैं रुल ना जाऊं. कोई श्वास खाली ना जाए. मेरे ऊपर कृपा करो. गुरु नानक के 3 वचन हैं. जो कुछ परमेश्वर ने दे दिता है उदा शुक्राना करो. जो नहीं देता उदा सब्र करो. जो दिता उदा अभिमान ना कर, अहंकार ना कर, निम्रता विच रह. गुरु का घर छोड़कर कहीं नहीं जा. जेड़े दिलों कहते हैं राम राम अल्लाह अल्लाह, उन्हों राम मिलते हैं. जे अल्लाह कहते हैं उन्हों अल्लाह मिलते हैं. प्रभु के सिमरन में इतनी ताकत है कि सब कुछ प्राप्त हो जाती है. There is no other dharma better than to extend compassion on all the living beings. Sangat ji, I complete my vachans here and I would like to share 2 satsangs which recently happened last year in the month of August. 26th of August, my father, I spoke to him. On the 25th, it was my mother's birthday. And I felt in his voice, there's something missing. But मैंने किसी को बोला नहीं. I kept quiet. But again, when I talked to him, again I felt it. So I called my brother because my mother's birthday, so she was with all her friends. I said, Arjun, something is not okay with Papa. He says, why? I said, no, I don't know what he's talking. And evening passed. I was in Kuwait. The night passed. And in the morning, I got to know he was not well. He was snoring very, very loudly. And my mother recognized something in his snoring that it's not okay. And they rushed him to the doctor. And they checked out everything in the emergency in Max, Panchil, because my parents live in Panchil, and things came back to normal. But in the month of October, again it happened that he was snoring so loudly. So when my mother looked at him, she saw that his eyes were opened. He was just staring at the ceiling. And my mother kept saying, Harbans, Harbans. He would not respond. She shouted for everybody at home. She took the water from the flask and she started throwing water on him. And even so much so, ek tweezer liya and started, pinching on his lips. But Sangat ji, no response. My brother came and they quickly called the doctor, and the doctor could hear what exactly was happening, and he said, don't waste time, and rush him to the emergency in Max Panchkula. So Sangat ji, they just made him sit on the chair. Can you imagine? And they took him down in the lift in the car. He's just sitting and going, but staring at the ceiling, and no response. And this was around 2:30 in the morning. They took him to Max Panchkula and they saw him in the emergency. And they did ECG. And they said that he has to be taken immediately in an ambulance to Max Saket. So they rushed to Max Saket and he was taken straight away for his checkup and immediately made to go into the ICU. And when there was a battery of tests done where they did the MRIs, ultrasound, various CT scans, where they found out that he's got a swelling which is outside the brain. And but thank God, Jai Guruji, it was not malignant, it is benign. And so with that pressure of that swelling, he was not responding, and because the pressure, जो swelling थी, was putting pressure on the brain. Now these doctors in Max Saket, they just got after my mother कि operation करना है, and one doctor, the main one, met my mother in the passage outside the room, and he says, Mrs. Kapoor, शाम को कर देंगे. So mummy says, की कर देंगे? What will we do? He said, we'll do the surgery. So she said, which surgery? Brain surgery. So my mother said, are you okay? You are just talking to me as if it's like you're talking in a marketplace. कि कोई सब्जी खरीदनी है. Do you know that my husband is 84 years old? We have not even sat down to talk and you're telling me that you're going to do a brain surgery. And जैसे Guruji is present, the operation theatre OT ka main doctor was passing by. He took my mother in the room afterwards and he said, I know your husband's case and there is no way we'll do a surgery. It is impossible to do a surgery for him. He's 84 years old. Can they even take, even the anesthesia to take will be so difficult, and to come out of the anesthesia. And they did not even want to discharge because they're like butchers. They want to just do the surgery to make the money. With somehow, after a day, they did the clearance papers and they got my father out of Max. My father came home with all the medication. And the next day, my brother got an appointment with Dr. Suri in Apollo. Dr. Suri saw him and he says, everything is okay. There is no need for a surgery. In the meantime, I was in Kuwait and my one Guruji Sangat, Nalini Mehra Aunty, told me that, Poonam, there is also another neurosurgeon in this hospital. I'm forgetting the name, next to Defense Colony, on the highway there, on the flyover there. So, Moolchand, sorry. And Dr. Asha Bakshi, just take another opinion, what is there? So we called up, my mother called up Dr. Asha Bakshi and they said, the secretary, of course, we will see, but we are not seeing in the hospital. Every Wednesday, Dr. Asha Bakshi comes to the Gymkhana Club और वहाँ देखते हैं. Are you members of Gymkhana Club? So my mother said yes. They said, okay, come. So by then I had also reached Delhi, and every Wednesday we started going to Dr. Asha Bakshi, and everything is going smoothly. And Dr. Asha Bakshi was very keen that she, to do a gamma knife. But now my parents came to Kuwait on the 1st of May. And just about last week, I was also talking to one a very top doctor in Kuwait, Dr. Riaz Khan, and he's in the neurology area. He's a surgeon, and I told Dr. Riaz, I was sending all my father's reports to him, and I said, Dr. Riaz Khan, just a request, when my parents come to Kuwait, can I bring my father to see you? He said, of course. So I took my father last Wednesday to Dr. Riaz Khan, and here in Ibn Sina Hospital. And he looked at the reports, and he was very impressed with my father. But my father did not tell me that his medicines have finished. And this happened on a Wednesday, and I started noticing something very low in my father. He's not himself. Har sham ko he goes for a walk. He's not going for a walk. He's not eating. He's not talking. I told my mother, what's happening? Then I asked Papa, I said, hua kya hai? He says, my dawais are finished. I said, if your dawais are finished, aapne mujhe bola kyun nahi? Hum to Dr. Riaz Khan ke saath the. And Sangat ji, this was on Sunday, and Monday he has to travel. So there was one doctor who had come to our house on Sunday, and I said, doctor, this has happened, and my father's taking this medicine, Breville. What do we do? So I went into the kitchen, and I was saying, Jai Guruji, kuch karo Guruji, how will I send my father on the flight tomorrow? She came to the kitchen and she told me that, Poonam Aunty, that how long has your father not taken the medicine? I said, for 4 days. She says, there's no way that he can travel because he can get an epileptic fit on the flight. I said, what are you saying? She says, yeah, Breville is for this. So can you quickly call up the doctor and get the medicine to whom you were showing here? I quickly spoke to Dr. Riaz Khan and I said, Dr. Khan, ye ho gaya hai, and he's supposed to travel tomorrow. He says, no, he has to take the medicine. You send your driver in the morning. Jai Guruji is there, Sangat ji, and I was drowning. Ye hoega kya? How to send him? My mother-in-law here was also getting so worried, and she said, nahi bhejo. And in the morning, my boy Shiv went to the hospital, and mujhe dawai bhi mil gayi because it's so difficult to get medication. It's not like India कि कोई भी मेडिसिन मिल जाए, यहाँ बहुत मुश्किल है. But Guruji ने रास्ता easy कर दिया. My father got the medicine. He had half the tablet, and Sangat ji, after 2 hours, he started feeling normal. And because with the air pressure, he could have got a fit. And Dr. Sangat ji, even with the medicine when he was on the flight, he was feeling low that my mother had to quickly give him another tablet so that he's again normal. So imagine Sangat ji, Jai Guruji aaye, and he gave us the medicines, and my parents reached Delhi safely. Jai Guruji. And there is one more Satsang Guruji I want to share, that 2 weeks ago when we here only in Kuwait, when my parents were here, somebody had come to our house, and my mother came running to the drawing room, and she says, Poonam, quickly come here. I said, kya hua hai? My brother and my second brother, Bharat, and his wife, Suman, they are in Bangalore, and they had taken their dog, Cookie, out for a walk, the night walk before going to sleep. And Sangat ji, on the opposite side near the Mandir, there was one lady who was feeding yellow rice to 12 dogs. Now, as soon as Suman and Bharat came out with their dog Cookie, all these 12 dogs looked towards Cookie. And either they felt that maybe this Cookie could come into their territory, or cookie be maybe the male female gender, what it is, that these 12 dogs started running towards my brother and his wife Suman. Suman saw this and she quickly lifted Cookie in her arms to save Cookie from these 12 dogs. But Sangatji, the 12 dogs gherod my sister-in-law Suman and they mauled her. उन्होंने इतनी बाइट्स करी उन 12 डॉग्स ने सुमन को कि आप सोचो कि 12 dogs on you, pouncing on you. And उसी टाइम जय गुरुजी फिर आए नीचे. गुरुजी आए हैं बिकॉज उसी टाइम इतनी जबरदस्त बारिश हो गई कि सुमन की गोदी से Cookie slipped and Cookie started running on the other side. And these 12 dogs changed their direction they moved towards where Cookie was running. And they caught hold of Cookie and they bit Cookie in 4 places also. Now they did not go towards my brother because he didn't have Cookie. But my brother was howling, screaming for help. Just then in that zabardast barish, one auto pulled up out of the blue. And one lady was driving the auto because a lot of ladies even drive the autos in Bangalore. But in that andhera gup, that lady pulled up and she just told my brother, "Aap jaldi baitho isme." And she just, can you imagine, she just took them straight to a government hospital nearby. And Bharat said, "Aap kahan leke ja rahe ho?" Kehte, "Aap don't worry, mujhe pata hai कि जिन लोगों को ये dog bites होती हैं, and you don't worry." And my brother was controlling his wife. She was, Sangatji, bitten all over, even in her private parts, in her bums, everywhere. They did not leave her. They quickly took her to the emergency and the doctors and the team started attending on her. That time they had to give her injections and they gave her 4. They sent her home. By then my brother had called us, and when I saw Suman, Sangatji, she was bandaged all over. She could not move right or left. And the next morning when she woke up, she saw that there was swelling in every wound. She could not even manage to go to the toilet because it was burning. Every wound had turned blue. They took her to the hospital again, and again they gave her 13 more injections, which means 17 to lagi gaye. Now, to Monday 6th will be the last date, jo lagatar injections lag rahe hain. She's healing and healing. Each day is a stronger day because of Guruji's blessings. But Guruji, we're all praying for her, Sangatji, because she is in such a shock, because it was so brutal and terrible to see 12 dogs pouncing on you, because wo abhi bhi raat ko chilati hai. And Guruji, Sangatji, the next day when she wanted to take her Cookie out, usko bhi jab sare injections lage, the dog did not even want to leave the house because of the fear. And till today, she is going to start counseling because there is so much of fear in her that there are so many dogs. So Guruji, we're all praying for her that she comes out of this shock, because it's not easy to see 12 dogs pouncing on you. Jai Guruji.